If you don't know me, I am the writer and director of this show, Virginia Wayt. I'm part of the 8 Community Theater Youth Wing. If you'd like to know any more about the program, we have free monthly workshops here at the theater, second or third Saturday every month. If you'd like to know more about that, you can come talk to me or to any of the cast or crew later on after the show. We'd love to tell you all about it. It's a great program. I spent 9 months writing and editing this show, so it's literally my baby that you're about to watch. And the kids have worked really, really hard. I'd just like to ask you all to silence your cell phones, please. But you can take photos during the performance. They just cannot have flash because these guys get very easily startled, I guess. But yeah, so as long as we've got that out of the way, we've got exits here, and in the event of a power outage, just remain seated because we have backup generators that would go up momentarily. So without further ado, laugh loud and laugh often. I present to you the princess who rescued herself.
Once upon a time, there lived a princess named Cassia. Now, Cassia was the princess of a far-away land called Hardin. And even from her youngest days, she had been a bit different from previous princesses. First, there was her signature saying, "Not fair!" Even though she was the oldest child, she was not heir to the throne. When it came time to pick a new ruler, the throne would fall to her little brother, Florian, the male heir. Not fair! And she was always asking questions.
Mother, why can't I be Queen of Hardin?
Oh, sweetheart, you know that's not how this works. Florian's a boy, so he inherits the kingdom.
So there's no way I can be queen? Not fair.
That's not true. You'll be queen someday, if you marry a prince, that is. Which I certainly hope you will. You just won't get to rule your husband's kingdom.
But I don't want to get married, Mom. Not even for a queendom. Is there any way I can rule Hardin?
Only if your brother becomes unfit to rule.
He's unfit to rule now. Look at it. He couldn't lead a horse to water.
Huh?
Exactly my point.
Well, this is just the way it's always been, Cassie dearest. I'm sure when Florian grows up, he will be able to defend the kingdom like any good king.
I doubt it, because he can't even defend himself.
Hey! Knock it off, Cassie. I would be a much better ruler than you would be by far.
Oh, really? Then what are the 3 Ks of ruling?
3 Ks of ruling. Sure, no problem. Number 1, be kingly. Number 2, act with kindness. And 3, always have Kit Kats.
And that's why I said he'll be a good king when he grows up.
More like if he grows up.
Perfect timing. Children, say good morning to your tutors.
What's the plan for today, tutor?
Well, I was planning on separating into private lessons, so you two can start learning skills that will help you in the future.
But I don't think we should split up quite yet, do you? I mean, are we really so sure they're ready to learn on their own? We can't guarantee they've learned anything when being taught together.
You know, I think you're right. Might I say it's time for a review game?
Yes!
You're going down!
Are we ready? Since we just put up a wilderness survival, the topic is poisonous plants. Question number 1. This pink flowered shrub will make you sick. This pink flowered shrub will make you sick if you chew on any of the plant's leaves, flowers, or fruit.
Oh, Leander.
Yay, 1 point to Princess Cassia. Question number 2. What is the world's most poisonous plant?
Castor oil plant.
Point to Prince Florian. Question number 3. This plant's black, red, or white beads are often used to make instruments.
It's
It's rosary bead.
Hey, I was answering. rosary pea.
You can't do that.
I was buzzed in.
But you didn't answer.
I was going to. You were just being impatient.
All right. Nobody gets the point. I think we need a tiebreaker.
I've got just the thing. When I was walking up the woods this morning, I picked up this. Identify the plant and you win the game.
I know. It starts with an H. H.
Hemlock.
Correct. Prince Florian wins.
That's not fair. He only got it because of me.
Well, if you hadn't been talking so loudly, maybe I would not have gotten it.
All right, you two. I think it's time that we separate into our private lessons now.
What is the plan for today, tutor?
Well, today is going to be mostly sword work, with lots of combat training to prepare you for fights in the battlefield.
Sounds cool, man. Pound it.
And what will we be doing in lessons today, tutor?
Ballet.
Not fair, ballet! And Florian gets to play with swords.
You're a girl. I'm training to be king.
Mom!
Sword fighting is a lady like Cassia. It's not something you're going to need as queen.
And I'm going to need ballet.
As a queen, being graceful and delicate really is very important, especially in attracting the eye of young princes. I know you may poke fun at me now, but grace, intelligence, and resourcefulness really can get any young queen anything she could ever want.
Except sword fighting lessons.
Violence isn't everything, you know. People aren't just so violence and aggression are the only ways to rule a kingdom effectively, but negotiation is as important, if not more, than violence in keeping the kingdoms at peace. Trust me on this one, sweetheart. So Cassia listened to her mother and went with her tutor to learn the ballet. The whole time, daydreaming of what she might have instead learned in combat training.
Now, ballet is all about precision. You've got to stay light on your feet, and most importantly, you have to warm up before class so you don't hurt yourself.
I wonder what Florian's learning in his sword fighting classes. He's probably learning all sorts of fun stuff. Way more fun than ballet class.
Now, sword fighting is all about precision. You've got to stay light on your feet, and most importantly, you have to warm up before class so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but when can I get a sword that's taller than I am? I saw this one in this video game once, and now I have to have it.
Okay, if you're done warming up, let's start working on a dance routine.
So Cassie and her tutor worked on a dance, and Florian practiced his sword fighting skills. In the meanwhile, the queen found herself in quite the royal pickle. What do you mean you lost him? Exactly that. We lost him. He escaped. The dungeons only held one prisoner, an evil prince named Hemlock. Hemlock was the son of an evil king. Several years ago, on the day of his coronation, his entire kingdom was burned to ash by a vengeful dragon, not even leaving a single tower in place. So, he wanted nothing more than to marry the princess and take her crown for his own. He had tried time and time again to kidnap the princess, but he had been captured every time before he could even get close to her. With his escape, the queen was terrified. How could you let Hemlock escape? He's a dangerous criminal. With Sir Hawthorne and his knights out on patrol, I thought I told you to have every available guard making sure he was secure in the dungeon. You did, my queen, and that's exactly what I did. Bring them in here. I want an explanation. As you wish, my queen. Guards, come in, please. These were the guards who were on watch when the prisoner escaped. The guards looked, in a word, pitiful. These are the guards you had watching our most dangerous prisoner? They were available. All the other guards were previously engaged. What do you have to say for yourselves?
Well, my queen, we were guarding Hemlock's cell, weren't we, Sorrel?
Yes, we were, Your Highness. mentioned, maybe wanting to grab something to eat.
I did mention that, my queen. I will admit I was getting hungry.
So I said that I'd rather get something if you'd stay and watch the prisoners, didn't I, Basil?
Very true, my queen. I would keep an eye on the prisoner while Basil went out to get some bread and some milk.
Some dairy, Queen.
And I remember exactly what happened next, but then all of a sudden,
I went out and came back with the bread and the dairy, Queen, and Basil was asleep.
he must have knocked me out, and the prisoner, he was gone.
So let me get this straight. You went out for lunch and you fell asleep. And what about you? What have you to say? It doesn't matter. All that matters now is that we protect the princess from Hemlock. She's in grave danger with him on the loose. If he were to kidnap her, our whole kingdom could be put at risk. We need to be completely locked down until his whereabouts are found. And call Sir Hawthorne Saffron. I need him here at once.
You heard the queen. Nobody comes in or goes out. You three, find Princess Cassia and bring her to her room. Now!
So the guards went off to find Princess Cassia and rescue her from her ballet lessons and protect her from Hemlock. Little did they know, however, Hemlock was a lot closer than they feared.
All right, let's go to the dance one more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Excellent. Just make sure you extend the knee on the kick and it'll be perfect. Let's try it again.
Stop what you're doing, princess.
Finally, the Queen has demanded we take you to your room immediately.
To be locked up.
What did I do?
There's been a breach of security, your highness.
Yeah, that was all your fault.
Was not.
Was too. What happened?
Hemlock escaped, your majesty.
Hemlock escaped? How did that happen?
Well, we were guarding Hemlock's cell, weren't we, Sorrel?
Yes, we were, your highness, and we were
It doesn't really matter. All that matters is the queen orders to take you to your room. Right?
Right.
So come with us, princess, and we'll make sure you're safe. Right?
Right.
Didn't the queen also say to bind her wrists?
Why would my mother say that?
To make sure you don't get any ideas. Of leaving the castle, of course. If her hands are tied, she can't open any doors.
That makes sense. I think I remember the Queen saying that now.
I don't remember the Queen saying that, but to be fair, I haven't been paying much attention.
So, why don't you two guard the door from the outside so that nobody can come in, and I'll guard from inside so that nobody can come in through the window.
Good idea.
Finally, that guard disguise was so needlessly itchy.
Hemlock!
Hello, princess. Happy to see me.
You can't. How did you?
Escape? Oh, it was easy. First, I distracted the first guard by... It can't really be a surprise that I escaped, right? With those two watching me, I could have been guarded better by rocks. Then come with me, princess, and I'll take you off to my evil lair.
I'm not going anywhere.
I think you are.
You'll never get away with this. I'll scream. Help!
No, you
Help! Help! We heard the princess scream.
What happened? Is she in danger?
She saw a spider, that's all.
What's that over her mouth?
Oh, it's for germs. Didn't you know the princess is absolutely terrified of germs?
Really? I had no idea, Your Majesty. I might have some hand sanitizer.
I knew, because I'm a good listener.
Oh no, princess!
It's
I'm
too
so
late.
sorry.
The whole room is contaminated. You two stay here and spray the whole room down with Lysol.
But we're supposed to guard the princess.
You two are absolutely covered in germs. Wouldn't want the princess getting sick, would we?
But the castle's in
Haven't you done enough? Now off to my evil lair.
It's not your fault. It's pollen season. It could have been any time.
Hemlock escaped on my watch, and now this was the worst guard that ever guarded.
It's all right. I mean, at least the princess is safe under the careful watch of that guard that we've never seen before today.
old abandoned fortress far away from the castle and in a secluded area of the deep, dark forest. Hemlock kidnapped the princess and took her away to his evil lair in the middle of the deep, dark forest. What's going on? I said deep, dark forest. They're supposed to be on by now.
We're missing a bush.
A bush? That's what's causing the holdup?
We can't seem to find it anywhere.
Go on without it.
We can't.
Why not?
Well, it's a very important bush. You see, in the next scene, the princess is supposed to look out her window, wistfully, dreaming of her freedom, and see this bush, and it's
I'm sure it's not that important. Let's just restart the scene, shall we? I'm going to start my line again, and Princess Cassia and Hemlock had better be out on this stage by the end of it. Bush or no bush, capiche? Let's start over, shall we? The guards scrambled to find Princess Cassia, but they were too late. Hemlock had already swept her way to his evil lair, which was far away from the castle and in a secluded area of the deep, dark forest.
Now that I have you, Princess, I'm going to keep you tied up here until I can find a proper wedding chapel. I don't expect it will take too long, so you better start preparing your vows.
Oh, like to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, until I get your crown.
Clever. I might have to use that one. You know, I was dreaming of finding myself a clever princess to be my queen.
Well, I'd help you find her, but unfortunately, my hands are tied.
And funny too. Really is quite a shame I'm going to have to keep you locked up here after I kill your brother and ascend to the throne. If you weren't such a threat to the stability of my future kingdom, you'd make a great court jester. Well, I must be leaving. The sooner we get married, the sooner I get your kingdom. Although, until I return, you will be locked up here, alone. But I don't expect it will take too long, so don't get any ideas.
So Cassia was left alone, tied to a chair, a wedding awaiting her when Hemlock returned.
If only I could get untied. Then maybe I could get out of here and escape this wedding with Prince Alarming. I wonder if there's anything sharp around here to cut these ropes with. Or maybe I could just use brute strength to bust out of these things.
She struggled to get free of the ropes, but nothing seemed to work. Every minute she wasted was a minute more her mother would worry. A minute closer to her forced wedding to Hemlock, which would cause the utter destruction of the entire kingdom.
Hey, that's not fair. I'm trying my best here.
Trying your best? Trying to hulk out of those ropes is really your best option here?
Well, you're not making things any better, pal. Constantly reminding me of the gravity of the situation.
That's what I do. I'm the narrator. I narrate. I can only keep talking about you being tied up until you can escape those ropes.
Well, you could always make yourself useful, you know. Help speed up that process.
You want me to help you escape?
I'm just going to keep struggling with these ropes until you do something.
Me? No.
Oh, woe is me. Looks like we'll be in this scene all day. Oh my, the ropes are quite thick, aren't they?
Cassia struggled with the ropes until she realized the rocks on the wall behind her were so rough that by rubbing the back of her chair against them, she could wear down over yourself.
I remember this flower from somewhere. I know I learned it in royal lessons. Something you shouldn't eat, I remember. Poisonous. Oh, what was its name? Hemlock, of course. That only makes sense. Poisonous hemlock plants growing right outside of Hemlock's lair. So much for an uplifting flower. Well, it's a beautiful flower. So pretty and so deadly at the same time. Oh, look at those birds. It's not fair for them to be out there, free, when caged like this.
You know, Sparrow said that she prefers eating flies to eating breadcrumbs. Seriously? Flies are disgusting. I know she's Sparrow, but sometimes I think she can be a little cuckoo. You're funny, Jake. Tweeted. Tweet? What things we birds do? Tweet, tweet. Nah, man, I just posted that joke on Twitter. You stole my joke? Yeah, it was a part of my story. That's not cool, pal. I should be the one tweeting that. Did you at least credit me? No, I got to it first. Early bird gets the worm, Jay. Take it down. Can't. Look how many retweets I've gotten. Don't be such a bluebird about it, Jay. Seriously, I'm not a bluebird. Well, you look pretty blue to me. I'm a blue jay, Robin. What did you think the J was short for? Josephine. I can't believe you, Robin. Well, what do you want me to do? Delete the tweet! I can't. It's the most popular tweet I've ever put out. That's kind of pathetic, honestly. It wasn't that good of a joke. Then why do you care? It's the principle of the thing, Robin. You tweeted my joke, and now I can't post it without people thinking that I copied you.
That's not fair.
So you'll take it down? No, I won't. It was a part of my story. I have as much a right to that joke as you do. Then why did you say it wasn't fair? I didn't. Then who did?
I did.
Oh, well, aren't you an odd little bird? It's not a bird, you scrambled egg. It's a princess. Hey, princess, what are you doing out here? The closest castle is far ways away.
I was kidnapped by an evil prince named Hemlock. And now he's going to force me to marry him.
No.
Yes! I'm trapped in this room and I can't get out. Could you take a message to my mother so that she can send someone to come out here and find me?
You got it, princess. You know I always wanted to be a carrier pigeon when I grew up. Let me go, Mama.
So the pair of birds flew as swiftly as they could throughout the deep, dark forest, anxious to get to the castle and alert the queen as to where the princess was, especially because they both knew the queen had to be a nervous wreck, which, for the record, she was. Have you found her yet?
No, but we've got all the castle guard out in the woods searching for her.
Only the guards?
Yes, my queen?
I want every available subject out there searching. Give me every maid, every cook. Get the cows for all I care. I need as many items as possible so we can find her.
Yes, my queen.
Okay.
3 words. First word.
Oh, sassy.
Second word.
but I've got stuff to do. I could go and save her, and then we wouldn't have to worry about the coronation.
I need a most fearsome knights on this. Saffron, have the knights returns?
I bet with all of my super cool sword moves, I could fight off any dude holding my sister captive. I could run over there, fight Hemlock, and be back in 20 minutes. Whoa-a-tie! I'll just, go ahead.
That's nice, dear. Let's leave it to the professionals, shall we? Where are my knights?
Apparently they're still out on patrol, my queen.
We can't afford to wait another minute. What shall we do? All right, Florian. Now is the time to rise to the throne. Saffron, we have to start the ceremony. Go get the crown.
Did somebody call for a hero? Sir Hawthorne the Bold, noblest knight in all the land. At your beck and call, my queen.
Sir Hawthorne was the noblest, boldest, and most handsome knight in the kingdom. He once conquered a dragon, 4 hordes of ogres, and 100 evil knights with his right hand tied behind his back. And he's right-handed.
Thank heavens. Sir Hawthorne, Princess Cassia has been captured.
I am well aware. What a tragedy it is. The poor princess, trapped in the claws of that villain. I could not live with myself if I did not personally go and rescue her. And rescue her I will. I only ask for one thing in return.
Name a prize and it's yours.
Then I name Cassia. When I return here with the princess, I would like her hand in marriage.
Your Majesty, you don't have to.
Anything you say, Sir Hawthorne. She would be pleased to marry a man as strong as you.
Then do not fear, my queen. I will boldly rush into that deep, dark forest, and I will not return until the princess is safe with me.
Wait, Sir Hawthorne. Can I come with you?
I prefer to work alone, little man. I'm like a lone wolf.
Come on! Don't you need a partner?
Partner?
Yeah, like somebody to watch your back, help you fight off evil dudes with super cool moves.
Ah, yes, like a sidekick.
No, not like a sidekick, like a partner.
No, listen, sidekick. I'll take you on. But are you sure you're up for the task? It requires tremendous courage.
For sure. I'm brave. I can be bold.
Then let's go, little man. Sir Hawthorne the Bold, to the rescue!
And wait for me, Prince Florian the Cool, to the rescue.
While Prince Florian and Sir Hawthorne the Bold ran out to the woods, Princess Cassia was still trapped and getting increasingly worried.
They've been gone too long already. Hemlock's going to be back any second. I need to find my own way out of here. But how?
Suddenly, she was reminded of her mother's words. She was reminded of her mother's words.
Do I have to do everything?
Grace, intelligence, and resourcefulness really can get any young queen anything she could ever want.
Grace, intelligence, resourcefulness. I don't know what any of those have to do with me getting out of here. Oh, a hairpin! I used one of these once to unlock my jewelry box when I lost the key. I wonder if this lock's any different. Great! I did it! Oh, if only I'd thought of that before I sent for some knight to come find me.
Little did she know, however, there was not just some knight coming to find her, but the greatest knight there ever was. And her little brother, Prince Florian. Unfortunately, due to the adrenaline rush that comes with boldly rushing out into the forest to save her, they had completely forgotten to ask for directions, and now had no idea where they were going.
So, how long until we get there?
Shouldn't I be asking you that? You're the one with the map.
What map?
You don't have a map? The sidekick's main job is having a map and navigating so that I can boldly lead the way.
Well, I've just been following you this whole time.
But I've been following you this whole time. You told me to go left 5 minutes ago.
Because you're so busy looking at yourself in the mirror that you didn't see the tree you're about to walk into.
That does make sense.
So, where do we go now?
Shouldn't I be asking you that, navigator?
Navigator? I don't have a compass or anything. I don't even know how to read a compass. Maybe we should just look around and ask somebody for directions.
Ask for directions. Do you hear this guy? Me, Sir Hawthorne the Bold, asking for directions. Never. Fine. If you're cowardly, I'll take the lead. Surely it won't be hard to find Hemlock's lethal lair. This way.
While Prince Florian and Sir Hawthorne the Bold argued about directions, Princess Cassia tiptoed as quietly as she could so she could escape from Hemlock's lair.
There's so many different doors and staircases in this place. I might never get out. I don't even think I would know the exit if I saw it. Oh. There it is. That was easier than expected.
Princess?
Oh, not fair! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Who knew ballet would pay off? What do I do? Again? Let me get on stage.
Negotiation is as important, if not more than violence in keeping the kingdoms at peace.
What?
Talk to him!
Why do you want this?
What?
Getting the power, the crown, and the kingdom? Is it worth it to you? Will marrying me to do all that make you happy? Because if it will, then I'll do it. I will marry you.
Really? Well, I did not expect that. That's good then. I was having a hard time finding a priest who would be forced to marry you against your will. So let's go then.
So, this will make you happy? Just tell me it will, please. Just say, if you marry me, I will be happy. And I'll come with you, completely willingly.
Fine. If you marry me, I will be... I can't say it. I won't be happy. At least I don't think I will. I don't know. Ever since I was a little kid, I've been set on this path of darkness. I mean, my dad was an evil king, his dad was an evil king, and his dad was an evil king. My entire line has been evil, but I don't feel like I belong with them. I grew up watching my dad conquer innocent villages, seeing people desperate and afraid, and I just felt so bad for them. But I couldn't do anything about it. And worst of all, I'm expected to follow my father's footsteps. I don't want to, but I'm named after a poisonous plant after all, because that's what I'm supposed to be. Toxic, no good, and it's...
Not fair. Not fair at all. Hemlock, you don't have to be anything you don't want to be, no matter what your parents or your grandparents expect of you. It's your life, after all, not theirs.
But this entire plan to kidnap you and take over your kingdom was my dad's idea.
But do you want to be evil?
I don't think I do.
Then that's okay. You're allowed to be your own person, not just a carbon copy of your father. Like, my mom expects me to be a quiet, dainty queen, and I am never going to let that happen.
portrays me to be some big evil king, but that's just not me.
Yeah, it's not. Hey, if it makes you feel better, hemlock may be a poisonous plant, but it's also a beautiful flower. If I didn't know any better, I wouldn't even begin to think it was poisonous.
Thanks, Princess. You can go now. I will make you marry me. I want to do what makes me happy. I want to help people.
That gives me an idea. Let's go. Come with me.
Meanwhile, back at the castle, Prince Florian and Sir Hawthornby, bold, were returning dejectedly to the Queen, as night was falling and they were unable to find Hemlock's lair.
What are we going to tell her?
Simple. We'll tell her we were attacked by 30 evil guys, and I boldly fended all of them off, except one which injured you and caused us to rush back here.
But I'm not injured.
Now you are.
Youch! Why didn't we just tell her that it got dark and we couldn't see where we were going?
That would have been easier, wouldn't it? Your Majesty, I sincerely apologize that the young prince and I weren't able to deliver the princess back to you faster.
Cassia, you're back! What are you doing here, you monster? Guards, arrest him!
Wait, no, stop! Let him go! He's not a villain anymore, Mother. He's here in peace. He wants to help people. So, I'm going to name him our next Minister of Charity.
Really, Princess, you think so?
He said he wanted to do good, help others, and this is just about the most good you could do in our little kingdom. You'd be in charge of organizing soup kitchens, help building houses for the poor.
No! I cannot have the son of a villain and noted thief as our minister of charity.
But Mother, he's changed.
Hemlock, but he's a villain. How do I know this isn't some ploy to get into the castle so he can take over? You may trust him, Cassia, but I just can't.
Your Majesty, let me explain.
No. Let me explain. As you can see, I boldly went out into the deep, dark forest in pursuit of the princess. I fought off nearly 30 evil guards.
And I got 20.
It was more like 10, but whatever. I fought off the evil guards, kicked down the door to Hemlock's lair, and said, "Let go of the princess, you scoundrel." And to my surprise, the princess was just sitting there with the villain. She didn't want me to take her home, claimed he was a good man, and she was going to marry him. The most blatant case of Stockholm Syndrome I've ever seen. So I overpowered Hemlock with my extreme manliness and brought them both back here for you.
None of that happened. He didn't rescue me. Hemlock let me go.
Lying to protect your little boyfriend, huh?
He is not my boyfriend.
I'm sure she's been put under some curse or evil spell. Nothing a little true love's kiss won't be able to break. I see. You want to save it for the wedding. I'll wait.
Then I guess you'll be waiting until the end of time. I would never marry you.
Actually, you will. I promised Sir Hawthorne your hand in return for your rescue.
But he didn't rescue me. I rescued myself.
I'm sorry, Cassia, but he...
Don't you believe me, Mom? Don't I get to say anything?
Sweetheart, lighten up.
Don't touch me. I am not your prize.
Your Majesty, I know it may be hard to believe, but I let her go.
Let her go. Why would you let her go? You think you can be good? How dare you think you could be anything other than a snivelly, evil little rat? Guards, take him to the dungeon.
Wait, no, stop. Let him go.
It's you. You will be my bride. Whether you like it or not, I'll rescue you from this monster.
I'm so sorry, Cassia. There's nothing I can do.
You could tell him no, Mother.
Your Majesty, I'm obligated to tell you, you are under no legal obligation to marry the Princess Anne Sir Hawthorne, since there is no real evidence that he did in fact save her. For all we know, she could be telling the truth. Why would Sir Hawthorne lie? I simply have to hope he can break whatever spell the evil boy has put her under.
Stop! I can't watch this anymore. Mom, Cassia is telling the truth. we didn't save her. We got lost, and it got dark. When we came to tell you that we couldn't find her, she was already here. So Sir Hawthorne just lied so that he could marry her anyways. And I went along with it because I wanted to look cool, you know? Like a hero. I couldn't live with myself if they got married because of me keeping quiet. I don't think Cassia should have to marry anybody if she doesn't want to.
Sir Hawthorne lied?
Yes, Mom, the lie. It's not fair to Hemlock either. Who should stop him if he wants to change his own destiny? Do something different than what he was born to do. I can understand that. The truth is, Mom, I don't want to be king. It seems like too much work for me to handle. Dealing with peasants, taking taxes, improving the kingdom. Cassia would be a much better ruler than me.
You really think that, Florian?
Absolutely. I mean, you know everything. You've studied the books, you know the history, you're kind. Evidently, you're good enough at talking to people that you turned our biggest enemy into a friend. And you are a friend. I think you should name a minister of charity, Cassia. I think it should be your first act as queen.
Queen?
I mean, we already have all the stuff set up for a coronation since Mom was going to coronate me to keep Hemlock from the throne. It would be a shame if it all went to waste. Right, Mom?
Florian, you know I can't go past
Mom, look at me. I do not want to be king.
Then I can see no better time than now for your coronation, daughter. Saffron, bring me the crown and scepter.
Here you are, Mercy.
I, Queen Linnea, hereby crown my daughter Cassia as the sole ruler of the kingdom of Hardeen. Today, instead of using force to defeat your enemy, you turned him into a friend. A great feat. You have an immense kindness, the likes of which you'll be able to spread across the realms by your example. You'll rule the kingdom with an open heart instead of a closed fist. Citizens of Hardeen, I give you Queen Cassia, the compassionate. And from that day forward, Princess Cassia, Queen Cassia, ruled the kingdom with kindness and compassion.
With me at her side as her minister of charity, the kingdom raised enough money to give food and housing to the poor. We also opened up the castle weekly for soup kitchens, not just in Hardeen, but all over the realm.
She invited all of Hardeen's enemies over to the castle to have dinner, always saying that talking was the way to get to the root of any problem. She single-handedly convinced the 4 rival rulers of Hardeen's kingdom to sign a peace treaty, ushering in a golden era of peace that would last hundreds of years.
And when asked about her efforts to help those less fortunate than her, she would always wave it away, only saying that she was trying
To make things fair.